Yeah, I'm horrible at the fading in and out, but my guest here, I got this coach's corner going on, and I always get excited about asking people to come on and chat with me because it's like old friends or people I haven't talked to in a while, and I get real giddy. So I'm excited. I got my man's and coach here, Sean Waxman. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, old is right. We go long back. We go back a long way.
Uh, Dude, and also too when he jumped on here, I was telling him how good his hair looks, and I didn't appreciate how he went up me with the strongman hair look, and so it made it even more nerve wracking. So I appreciate you coming on here. What you been up to, sir?
Yeah, I've been up to the same thing I was up to when we first met.
um,
uh,
so let me guess. It involves snatching, clean and jerking, and
yeah,
coaching. Um,
barbell, barbell training, snatch and clean and jerk, trying to get people strong and trying to trying to get everybody healthy.
key
Been doing the same thing for 10 years, man. It's great.
key thing, getting people strong. I have to admit too, you're probably one of the smartest and most intellectual guys, or like to at least talk and use it properly, that I've been around. You, Garheimer, Bob Takano, you guys are
Yeah.
an interesting group to always train or lift around because it gets real real quick. But you also were very good at just making people strong and understanding the importance of it. Where are you located at right now?
I'm in LA, Lawndale specifically. So I'm right down in South Bay.
And
Um,
you've been there for a minute, right?
been there for 10 years. That's where I opened up shop. I've been in the same business park, but I moved from one unit to three units about 8 years ago, and been in the same spot. Although now we're closed because you know, California.
Yeah, we're in and out, like playing with my emotions. One minute we're inside, next minute we're outside. I don't know what to do.
uh,
Yeah,
that's a whole other show.
totally, totally. That is totally another topic for sure. Can you give me, speaking of going way back, can you give me a little bit of like your coach's history? Like, kind of, let's start off with what got you into coaching.
Um, my dad was a coach. He coached me. So I had obviously that was part of my life early on. Um, I enjoyed teaching. So at one point in my life, I thought teaching would have been something I might be interested in. Medical school, being a doctor was something I was interested in, and uh, I kind of developed into. I really fell in love with the process of getting stronger and just changing my performance, through things other than my sport. This is in the early '80s, and I just became fascinated with that whole thing. I can do this thing that has nothing to do with my sport. I can drag a tire, or I can jump off of a wall, or I can climb this fence, or I can do any of the things that you do as a kid. And I would do this stuff, and I would get tired from it, and I'm like, it's hard. This is hard climbing this tree, or hopping this fence, and doing this. But I felt like better. I felt like I was feeling just stronger in my own. And then I started to. My dad would lift weights when I was a kid, and he would take me to watch him and his friend lift weights, and so I got an early exposure to that. And I don't know. I liked. It, look, sometimes you see something and it calls to you, right? And it called to me. So I knew I wanted to learn about the body, and not only about how we worked physiologically but mechanically. All that stuff was fascinating to me. You watch some of these guys do, like when I was a kid, you see guys like Walter Payton and uh, Dr. J, and they're doing these things that look very different than even the guys that they're playing against, right? And you say,
Yeah.
I'm the same thing, right?
Yeah.
We're made up of the same stuff, but I mean, I don't know anybody that can do that.
No.
So I started to think, well, how do you just get better as a human?
Yeah.
And that was the start of the journey. And I was always very inquisitive, and I always read a lot. I mean, this is in the in the '80s. There's no internet. There's 9, 10 channels on TV, right? So it's not like you have, and there's no computers. Well, there was computer. I wasn't into computers, so I mean, you're left to to playing outside and exploring. So my exploration was, how do I just become tougher and stronger and powerful, and how do I do what Bill Kazmaier's doing? How do I do?
Yeah, the press era must have been just amazing. Like to be around in the press era where it was a thing to press and watch people press weight. Like that must have been a whole other animal. Like you got to see that growing
I
up.
miss that era. I miss that part of the
Okay.
weightlifting era, but I came. But when I started to lift, the first gym that I went to was in like 80, 83.
Okay.
It was my dad let me join a gym, and this is before steroids were illegal. So I mean, I walk into this it's a small neighborhood gym, but you walk into this gym, and holy shit! I mean, these guys were big and strong, and it was just like squat racks and bench presses and deadlift areas and some machines and heavy dumbbells, uh, um, and some stair climbing and things like that. But these guys were just, I mean, big. And I walked in there, I'm a little kid, I'm 13, 14, 13 years old. And I'm looking at, I look like this, one of these guys can eat me for lunch. And it was great. They didn't, most of the guys didn't pay any attention to me. A couple of the guys, helped me out. And I just showed up every day and I would just watch. I'd sit back. I'd start by I sit in the corner, right? I would kind of just pretend I was getting my stuff together. But what I was really doing, I was watching. So I didn't know what I was going to do for that day, but I would watch somebody and look for something that looked interesting. Then I would say, I'm going to do that. And I just did it until I couldn't do it anymore. And then finally some guy took me under his wing. He was a big power. I forget his name was Zeus. Zeus, crazy big dude, and he taught me how to lift. Showed me how to bench and squat and deadlift and press and wrote me programs and yeah, it was great. So by the time I was 17. I was already. I entered my one and only powerlifting contest, and I didn't know anything about powerlifting other than you bench, squat, and deadlift. So I showed up at this competition, free lift meet, and I was 17. I entered in the I don't think there was a junior division. I think I entered with the adults, and I beat everybody. So I lifted as a 198, and I beat everybody in the 198s and the 220s, and I would have taken like fourth in the 242s.
Oh
And
shit.
I did like 425, 585, and 615. It's not bad. 198.
That's awesome.
Years old.
That's awesome.
So, I was strong. And yeah, it was good. And then
well, it's crazy. It's
I mean, you know this, Max. Once you get strong,
yeah.
forget about it.
Yeah.
Like, you never want to be weak.
Yeah, dude. For sure. For sure. There's nothing like it.
Walking around because everything weighs the same.
Yeah.
Right? The car door, opening the door is the same effort. Walking, lifting groceries. The world weighs the same to everybody. But when you're stronger, everything's lighter.
It's not the same.
Weighs anything.
It's not.
So
it's not the same.
Strong, and I love that feeling.
Yeah, it's. And you said a very consistent.
Same world that the next guy's walking in, but everything that I do feels like nothing.
It's crazy. It's crazy how like you said a very consistent thing that I get from people that want to get strong. They showed up, they watched other people that were strong, and then they just learned from them. They didn't get like special coaching.
As I'm retired from sports, from competing, I still want to be strong, and so my passion is the same at 13 as it is now at 51.
Yeah.
I still get stoked on the same shit. So that's cool. I mean, I'm happy about that. At least I know he made the right choices.
That's also how it's pretty amazing as we get older. We feel better with that.
Nothing.
For sure.
Nothing. I mean, I remember you had a moment in time there where you were on the precipice of doing some big things in weightlifting.
I couldn't put that snatch together. Yeah, I couldn't get that snatch together.
Like it normally does.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Totally. Hey, what drives you to coach? What drives you to coach daily? What drives you to coach daily? Can you hear me? Did I lose you? Waxman.
Oh, you break it up.
Hey, question for you. Let me see if I can get you back. Let's see. Yeah, right here.
Right. I mean, it's not.
Here we go. Hello.
No, it's effort. It's effort, and it's a clarification of goals, right? So what do you want? If you want to be strong, that's great, but then you got to work back. Any goal, right? So you have a goal, whatever it is, and you say, okay, this is what I want by this time. How do I do it? What do I do? What's the first thing I got to do? What's the second thing I got to do? What do I have to do every?
You're cutting out on me, sir. Oh man, he's giving me knowledge too right now, guys.
It's complicated. It's hard.
Damn it.
Hard as fuck. But it's not.
It is. That's all I heard. Hard as fuck. For sure. Hold on. Let's see if we can get him back.
And because if it was easy, nobody would have.
Oh, I lost him completely. So we were in a really good conversation. I was trying to get him to tell me about what drives him, and then it cut him out because I thought he was done talking about it. Hopefully he'll pop back on. That's why I hate doing these in the middle of the day too, because the internet sucks everywhere in the middle of the day. But Waxman was talking about how we're getting stronger, and in regards to kind of his coaching history, and how, you know, when we start really feeling strong and how that feels versus the world around us, it's pretty interesting how everything changes. And he brought up kind of me getting stronger, and he was at a level that I aspired to get to. His snatch was clicking, so my clean was coming close. He had a lot more time than me, but he is someone who, technically, when I was struggling with technique and the ability to understand the trajectory of the bar, he was someone who really allowed me to kind of get to that and understand that. Sir,
are we back?
You're back. Hey,
back.
I was talking about,
So
I was talking about how, yeah, you nailed it. Hey, I was like, damn it, you were kicking such good knowledge about developing strength that people need to hear so much, because they just think they understand how to get strong, but they don't understand what it really, the time and the dedication it takes. What drives you daily, you know, to coach?
Yeah. You know,
I'm breaking up on me
I
again, sir.
love problems, like problem solving, you know, all kinds.
Damn it, problem solving. I'm telling you, he's
But
gonna get me.
especially, you know, problems of movement problems. People can't
I was talking to this guy.
do a thing, or they want to achieve a certain. I love.
He keeps breaking up on me. I'm probably gotta. Waxman, hey, I'm gonna let you go. We're cutting out. I'm gonna text you offline or call you back, and then we'll set up another time. I'll bug you, because I want to talk to you more. I miss you a lot. Thank you for getting on here. I'm gonna call you right now. We're having some technical difficulties.